Hey, it's Tom Laird, host of Advice from a Call Center Geek and CEO of Expivia and AutoQA. Before we dive into the episode, a quick note. Expivia is your CX tech partner, 100% USA-based, AI-powered, and the only contact center outsourcing partner on the NICE CXone Customer Executive Council. If you're looking for more than just agents, you're in the right place. Love to talk to you if anyone's interested in outsourcing their CX. Now let's get to the episode. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Advice from a Call Center Geek, the Call Center Contact Center podcast, where we try to give you some actionable items, take back in your contact center, improve the overall quality, improve the agent experience, hopefully improve your customer experience. I'm fired up for today, guys. It's been too long since I've talked to you guys on the podcast. I know so many of you guys still have been downloading things. I've been super crazy live on TikTok, crazy on LinkedIn, but been so busy trying to do some things that the podcast is kind of taking a back seat. So this is my goal here as we wind down, I guess starting the fourth quarter right here in October. This will be back to its weekly place. I think it's a really important tool for everybody out there. And I know that I've kind of been slacking here on what we've been doing with this. So having said that, I'm going to kind of do a soft announcement here. So Monday, we're going to announce this. This is, as I'm recording this, it's on a Friday. I have a bunch of videos doing a bunch of things for kind of our launch on Monday of kind of our third, I don't want to say third business, but something we've been doing for a really long time, kind of under the, I don't know, kind of very quietly, I guess you could say, is so many of you guys on the podcast have come to me and said, Tom, we need help. We're an on-prem. We need to move to a CCaaS platform. Tom, we need help with AI. Tom, can you help us with some nice studio work? We need integration help, right? And again, I would help in any possible way that I can. And realized once I went on TikTok as well that there's a pretty big need out there, and there's some really, really good, expensive companies doing this. But again, just like what we want to do with Auto, we're going to rebrand Expivia Digital. So right now, if you go to expiviadigital.com, it's a fully rebranded site for contact center technology consulting, and also specifically helping NICE customers get the most out of their platform. Right, that's one of the biggest, I guess, downfalls. I say downfalls of NICE, but one of the struggles with NICE is it's a very complex platform. So people a lot of times don't understand how to integrate. They don't know how to use Studio to its full extent. To use professional services is extremely expensive. When you're using all these kind of managed service partners, it's crazy expensive. So we want to come in, help the smaller contact center. Again, with NICE, maybe that's under 1,000 seats, right? But those 40-seaters, those 20-seaters, those 10-seaters, we want to help you on a very low price point figure out how to get the most out of your platform. If you need a full managed service partner to kind of manage your whole NICE suite, we'll do that. If you just say, hey, Tom, I got a quick 15-second question on this, we want to be able to do that for you and do that at no cost. So we want to be a real partner with a lot of these smaller contact centers that are kind of being left out or don't know where to turn or don't have the budget for the full meal deal, right, to use the platform. Secondly, right, we want to be a very strong consulting technology partner for everybody out there. As you guys know, I talk about it all the time. We've done our own CCaaS ratings, right? Top 19. We rank the top 19 CCaaS platforms into different categories that I think actually help. Again, none of those platforms are bad, but they're all specific for certain use cases, right? Smaller contact centers need this, enterprise need this, outbound centers need this. Do you need workforce management? Do you need analytics? Do you not? We want to be that partner to help you kind of go through this technology transition that we're seeing. As it relates to AI and analytics and workforce management, I don't know if there's anybody, maybe there's other people out there. I'm sure there are, but there's not many more people who have seen as many demos as I have, who's played with the technology. And again, I have a BPO. I'm actually using a lot of this technology, especially on the NICE side, but not just on the NICE side, in our actual contact centers. So again, there's more on this, but I think, I'd love to just have a conversation with anybody out there that is thinking about, we need a new platform. We need new technology. We don't know where to go. We don't know where to start, or we have this tool. We're not utilizing it. We want to try to help you and do it at a price point that is not like these enterprise giant managed services partners that, come in with, very high minimums and hourly rates that are insane. Try to do it a little bit differently, and we'll see if this works out for us. But, things I think are evolving this way. Let me tell you kind of my overall view of kind of the market right now, what I'm seeing. And first in the BPO space, right? There's a lot of movement. I think people are starting to think through, and they kept kind of dry powder, right? They kept their money in their pocket, waiting to see what was going to happen with AI. And I think we're still looking to see what's going on with AI. But a couple, or we've seen more and more of contact center professionals that have internal centers or want to outsource, looking more onshore, on-prem. I've seen that like I haven't seen in probably the last 5 years since COVID. Right. So there's been a swing back from the work from home back to on-prem, especially for healthcare, financial services, but it's very high technology. Every single RFP that I'm seeing, again, agent assist, auto QA, auto summarization, they're like the must-haves. They're not like, hey, we have this. It's not even a differentiator anymore. You can't even play, without these type of tools. Voice cancellation is absolutely huge now, right? Looking at real-time translation, right? Looking at tools like Crisp, right? What they can do with translation, what they can do with even the voice modulations that we've had multiple conversations on, right? All of that technology is alive. It is mature, right? Relatively mature for the market. And I think is something that we're starting to really see kind of evolve. As it relates to AI, I'm still not seeing headcounts go down. Right. We're starting to see more internal tools like we have been talking about. And we've said that to everyone, right? Like, we need to start with the agent experience first, which then will make the customer experience better. We'll save money in the long run with shorter handle times and higher CSAT and NPS. And then we'll move to kind of that first chatbot. I had my first experience with the Taco Bell AI yesterday. And I guess it's my buddies, my friends at Amelia that are doing that. Overall, it was a pretty good experience. Here's the problem. The problem wasn't with the technology. The problem was we are starting, or we're using the same IVR mindset that we're doing with AI. So we're trying to push all of this extra stuff in every single time and just hoping for like percentage bounces and things. Like, for example, I was asked, do I have my customer code for like bonus points, whatever, which I don't go to talk about that much, believe it or not. I mean, you can look at me and think I go to Taco Bell a lot, but so I didn't have that. They repeated everything in the order. I hate that. Right. So again, and then repeated everything, didn't hear. That's fine because humans don't hear it. Asked a couple times. I had to give a couple times of what we really wanted. Then at the end, was your order correct? Right. It was correct. But then we went into, do you want a French fries or I forget what Taco Bell calls it French fries, but do you want the Mexi fries for an extra $3? And like, no. Oh, hey, would you like to round this up for this? And then some type of Halloween thing that they had. So again, this is what we did with the IVR, right? We would just use it and just be like, hey, can we throw that on the IVR? Can we throw that on? And again, you're probably seeing upticks of percentage of revenues, which I guess is good. But again, is it great for the customer experience? No, but again, where's that line? So I think we have to be careful with some of that as well of making sure that we're treating AI in a new way. Again, we've talked about this with QA. There's no reason to be asking the same questions that we asked humans to answer in quality assurance that we're going to ask AI. Right? But we still do that because we don't understand it yet. And no matter how much I push back on it, people are like, no, this is what we've been doing for 15 years. I'm comfortable with it. I know that an 82 is an 82 and I want that. So there's some change in thought that needs to happen in the CX space. Just remember, AI is not an IVR. And let's not treat it like it, even though that's all we've been used to. So I think that's why we're kind of going back into those models. again, from a technology space, things are evolving quickly, and it's just cool tools. Our auto QA is insane. So many of the other platforms, their auto QA is really good. Right? It's almost turning into full analytics with auto QA, right? KMSs are getting better. Like this was the missing link, right? The knowledge management. And I'm seeing multiple platforms that are coming out that can help you get your knowledge and sorted out so that you can move to AI, so that you can use these things like Agent Assist. Really, really cool. I think that's been, again, I've been kind of shouting from the rooftops. We need to have some type of digital transformation as it comes to infrastructure for AI. I'm starting to see it, right? So the platforms and the tools are coming out. People have been listening, seeing that there's a need for that. And again, talk to me. I'd love to talk to you about some of the platforms that I've seen. Really, really, really cool. And then again, you have, like we've talked about, the auto QA. Auto summarization is like the easiest thing in the world to do. People still aren't doing it. And then Agent Assist. Agent Assist is getting better. Agent Assist isn't for everyone. But if you have longer handle times, you have very complex situations, or you have multiple things to cross-sell, upsell, there needs to be multiple with Agent Assist, in my opinion. So we'll see kind of with that. But the other thing is there's still a lot of you that are not in the cloud, right? So that's another thing I would love to be able to help. If you have an on-prem, you're moving to the cloud, because some of these platforms, Cisco's coming, Zoom is coming. You have the leaders, the CXone, or now it's just NICE Empower. You have Genesis in 5.9. You have all these guys that are starting to get really AI forward platforms. And some of these kind of up and comers are really starting to come hard. Right? AWS, who I've not been a fan of, is starting to come. Right. So again, there's a lot that's changing. It's ever changing. It's changing every 5 to 6 months. And that's one of the things I'm going to try to either, I'm going to be very honest on these podcasts and kind of give you my opinion on all this stuff so that you can use it. But then if you kind of want to get deeper, I can have a little breakdown session with you as well. So real short episode today, more of a soft announcement, got a state of the union of where I think things are at. We'll get this back rolling next week. Have a couple conferences that I'll be heading to as well as in the fourth quarter here that I'm excited to kind of talk to you guys about. Was just at an amazing Outsource Consultants BPO summit. And it was basically a technology summit, right? I got to present on auto QA, and then a lot of other technology partners presenting about 70 to 80 BPOs. So learned a lot there. Hoping that I can bring to everybody as well. So again, thanks for bearing with me. I promise I will. I'll get back on the normal kind of rotation of once a week. But appreciate y'all, and guys, please follow me on LinkedIn. And if you're on TikTok, right, my following on TikTok is blowing up, and I'm going live all the time on TikTok. So again, at callcenter_geek there. And then you guys know me on LinkedIn. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.